crime-ridden streets of Gotham, full of superstitious criminals. They must be stopped, for I am vengeance. I am the night. I am... Oh, God, doing that voice kills me. What's the point? Sorry, everyone. I tried to do this big Batman intro, but honestly, I'm just not feeling it because the movie I'm reviewing today, it's kind of got me on odds ends. So why don't we just cut the theatrics and let's just get to the review. Well, everyone, the movie I'm reviewing today is Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. And it makes me sad because this was supposed to be an epic. Everybody was waiting for this moment. The moment where Batman and Superman occupied the big screen at the same time. This has been years and years in the making, and it finally came out. Comic book nerds everywhere wet themselves with excitement, and geeks were all over the internet clamoring about how excited they are for this movie. And what we got pissed a lot of people off. Yes, unfortunately, this movie was, by all means, a stinker. Critics hated it. Comic book fans hated it. But does it deserve all the hate that it gets? Well, let me explain it to you. So the movie takes place after the events of Man of Steel, which apparently Bruce Wayne was in and apparently did nothing about it, even though he's the friggin' Batman. Oh well. So after the shocking events of Man of Steel, Bruce Wayne tries to investigate this so-called Superman and do what he can to make sure that this doesn't become a threat. And on Superman's side, he has to deal with the fact that people are now trying to see him as a false god and a threat to humanity. And in the midst of all this, we have Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor? Okay, no. No. This is a casting choice that should not have happened. I mean, really, when you think of Lex Luthor, what do you think? Intimidating businessman with a grudge against Superman that holds no bounds. What do you get from this guy? You get whiny teenager who throws a tantrum when he didn't get that mansion that he wanted for Christmas. And this is supposed to be the villain of the movie? Oh Lord, we're in trouble. So, Lex Luthor, you might as well call him Junior at this point, finds a rock that fell from space that actually contains kryptonite, Superman's one weakness. That was convenient. Bruce Wayne finds out about this and wants to get the kryptonite for himself to turn into a weapon against Superman in case he ever goes rogue. Lex Luthor, on the other hand, wants to harness all the kryptonite to make a weapon to defeat Superman just in case he goes rogue? Okay, since when do the heroes and the villains have the same ambition? Anyway, so Lex Luthor's grand master plan is to show the world just how much of a threat Superman can be. By killing a bunch of people and organizing a Middle Eastern war crime and what? Never mind. Bruce's ever-increasing paranoia drives him to get the kryptonite faster, only to come across Superman, and this is where he says the infamous "Do you bleed" scene. After that, Lex conjures up a plan to kidnap Superman's mother and get him to kill Batman. So yeah, Lex Luthor's plan was to get Batman and Superman to fight. Are you sure this movie wasn't written by a comic book nerd? So the two partake in what actually is a pretty good fight scene. Oh yeah, and Wonder Woman's in this movie too, but she's only in it for a little bit, so... And really that's all I can explain about this movie, because going into it any further would cause spoilers, and honestly, I don't know if you guys even care about the spoilers, but I'm not gonna do it anyway. So yeah, you can see where I'm at odds ends with this movie, and honestly... okay. You want my honest opinion about this movie? Well, here it is. It is a mess. It is an absolute mess. But God, is it a beautiful mess. This is one of those movies that you know wanted to be a good movie. It tried its hardest, but it failed so hard, but you feel bad for it, so you give it a passing grade anyway. I mean, the writing is silly, the plots are all over the place, and some of the characters don't hit the right notes. Except for Batman. They actually did a really good job with Batman. Although he is kind of a douche in the beginning of the movie for some reason. Oh, and the few scenes that Wonder Woman is in the movie, she's fantastic. I mean, she kicks so much butt in this movie that you really wonder, this movie should have just been about Batman and Wonder Woman. Superman really didn't have a place in this movie. Speaking of which, the supposed Man of Steel in this movie is about as boring as a sack of hammers. And of course, there's the villain, Lex Luthor, and honestly, I'll be truthful here. This guy kills me. He is so bad that I find him hilarious. He doesn't act like a Lex Luthor should, he doesn't look like a Lex Luthor should, and there was just no reason for him to be in this movie other than to be the villain. Oh my god, and he has such corny lines in this movie that I was laughing every time he came on screen. But like I said, this movie wanted to be good. It wanted to be groundbreaking, but it just failed so badly. This movie's just kind of one of those A for effort movies, but nothing else. So, I have no choice but to give this movie a 5 out of 10. It depresses me to give this movie such a low score, but yeah, that's just what it has to be. I wonder what I can do to make myself feel better.
All you gotta do is look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife.
You can't beat them. Join them.
I mean, bare necessities are Mother Nature's recipes that bring the bare necessities of life.
Next time, The Jungle Book. Hey, is that a giant orangutan voiced by Christopher Walken? You're talking to me all wrong. It's the wrong tone. You do it again, I'll stab you in the face with a soldering iron. Hold on guys, before you go. I just want to show you something, okay? I got people to hack into Zack Snyder's personal computer, and I found out what his next superhero project is. Now, it's in a hidden folder, so I don't know what it is, so until I open it, we don't know what his next superhero project is. So, I present to you Zack Snyder's next superhero project.
Justice babies, we make our dreams come true. Justice babies, we'll save the world and you.
Everyone, I want you to click off this video, and we will never speak of this again.